Good morning, students. So for Tuesday, September 22nd, for your math assignment, you will notice that you have a worksheet. So make sure that you do not go on to page 16 of your book just yet, because you have a worksheet to continue reviewing four-digit division, as it says here on your lesson plan. So worksheet 4, it will say Math for Tuesday. And then, so here for our language arts assignment, page 28, we have the subject is nouns. So we just started learning a little bit more about how different nouns are used, and now we're learning about subjects. So it says, do you remember a sentence has two parts, subject and predicate? So if you remember when we learned a little bit more about verbs, we also studied subjects and predicates, and now we're going to focus more on the nouns in the phrases or sentences. So we have an example sentence here that says, the courageous young man saved the baby from danger, and you'll notice that the sentence is divided by the subject, which is who or what, and then the predicate, saved the baby from danger, which would be after everything after the subject. So it says the word in the complete predicate that shows action or state of being is the verb. It is also called the simple predicate. So again, it will identify the verb as we've been doing the past couple of weeks. It says the courageous young man saved the baby from danger. So we're used to seeing the verb in the predicate. And now we're going to learn about the simple subject, which is before the predicate. And it says, the simple subject is the main word in the complete subject that tells who or what the sentence is about. Find the simple subject by first finding the verb and then asking who or what before the verb. Most simple subjects are nouns. So it says, the courageous young man saved the baby from danger. Again, find the simple subject by asking who. Who saved the baby? The answer is man. The did not save. Courageous did not save. Young did not save. The man saved. The courageous young man, simple subject, saved the baby from danger. So even though there's a lot of descriptive words here, the simple subject is man, because this is the noun that all of these words are describing. So for Think A, you just have 10 sentences where you're going to underline the verbs 2 times. So remember that this is what we've been doing the past few weeks, just reviewing verbs, so underlining the verbs 2 times, and remember that verbs are usually in the predicate, and then underlining the simple subject in each of the italicized. Italicized are those slanted words, so then you're going to underline the simple subject in each of the italicized complete subjects 1 time. So pretty much all of the italicized words are going to give you the complete subject. So within those words, you're going to underline the simple subject. So let's do the first one together. Number 1 says, the little girl could not see or even hear. So here we have our simple subject, and then we have our predicate. So we first have to underline our verbs 2 times, and we have see and hear. But for the simple subject, we have the little girl for the complete subject, but the simple subject would just be girl, because all of these words are describing the simple subject, which is who are we talking about. And remember, we ask who or what, and in this sentence it's who and it's girl. So you're going to do the same for numbers 2 through 10. So here for spelling, we have our vocabulary words exercise, which is the second day of every lesson, which is lesson 5 for this week. So as we should know by now, we are using the last 4 words in our list, and our words are durable, duration, vital and vitality. And as I say every week, please look these up in the back of the book so that you know the meaning, and the exercises will be much easier for you. So just reviewing, you're going to write your vocabulary words to better understand the spelling. Then you're going to write the word that is being defined. So that means you have to look in the back of the book so you know which meanings to match. So one of these words goes in one of these blanks to tell the meaning. Then writing the vocabulary word to complete the sentences. So the word that would make the most sense, reading them out loud always helps. And of course, our multiple choice exercise. And here's our read along for science. So yesterday we went through 1.3 and the comprehension check, and now we're going to do 1.4 in our science book. And just remember that your page number is different than my page number, so take a look at your plans. But either way, as long as you are on unit 1.4 that says more stinging insects, then you'll be okay. So we are starting with bumblebee. And here we go. It says, you might spot a fat, slow-moving bumblebee about twice the size of a honeybee buzzing around the goldenrod blossoms. She will probably be covered with yellow pollen, which the furry hairs on her body pick up while she searches for nectar. Can you find her pollen baskets? How many pairs of wings does she have? Do they appear to be big enough for her to fly? How many legs does she have? All insects have this number. Can you see the claws on her feet? Like male honeybees, male bumblebees, or drones, die shortly after mating. The workers die also. But God has provided in a special way for bumblebee life to go on. Only the fertilized queens who have mated survive the winter. They do not stay awake in a hive and live on stored pollen and nectar like female honeybees, however. Instead, each bumblebee queen finds a solitary hole in the ground and hibernates, sleeps through the winter. In the spring, the queen will lay her eggs and start a new colony of bumblebees. Their home will be in a hole in the ground, perhaps one abandoned by chipmunks, mice, or moles. Yellow jacket. You will recognize the slender yellow jacket by her bright yellow and black stripes. Her colors warn other creatures and you that she has a painful sting. The yellow jacket is not hairy like a bee. She may have come to your summer picnics looking for jelly sandwiches, ripe fruit, and sweet drinks. Like the bees, she is searching for sweet nectar when she visits the goldenrod. The yellow jacket is a kind of paper wasp. She chews pieces of wood and other plant material to make paper for building her nest. She usually makes her nest underground in a hole abandoned by a mouse or a bumblebee. Hornets, which are also paper-making wasps, make their nests above the ground. If you find a yellow jacket or hornet nest, stay away. Like the bumblebee queen, a yellow jacket queen survives the winter by hibernating in a hole or other protected area. And this page is called It Stings. And it says, one thing that many bees, wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets have in common is a painful sting. If you stand quietly watching these insects work around a goldenrod plant, you are not in danger of being stung. If you walk barefoot and step on one, however, or if you go near a nest and move excitedly, you may be in for some sudden pain. Only the female insects sting. This is because the stinger is a specially designed ovipositor, or egg-laying part. The insect uses her stinger to protect her home from invaders. She pierces the invader's skin with the stinger and then forces poison from her abdomen through the ovipositor. And this page is called It Stings. One thing that many bees, wasps, yellow jackets, and hornets have in common is a painful sting. If you stand quietly watching these insects work around a goldenrod plant, you are not in danger of being stung. If you walk barefoot and step on one, however, or if you go near a nest and move excitedly, you may be in for some sudden pain. Only the female insects sting. This is because the stinger is a specially designed ovipositor, or egg-laying part. The insect uses her stinger to protect her home from invaders. She pierces the invader's skin with the stinger and then forces poison from her abdomen through the ovipositor and into the victim. It is the poison, venom, that causes the most of the pain. If you are stung by an insect, remove the stinger by carefully scraping it with your fingernail. This reduces the amount of poison that enters the wound. Do not pull a stinger out with tweezers or anything that will squeeze the stinger. If you do so, more poison will be squeezed into your body. Wash the area thoroughly with soap and water. Use ice or cold, wet cloths to keep the swelling down and to take away the pain. The swelling should be gone in 24 hours. A honeybee will die a few hours after losing its stinger. A bumblebee does not die after it stings. It can sting again and again. The sting of a bumblebee is less likely to cause an allergic reaction than the sting of a honeybee, however. You are allergic to the sting or bite of an insect if the swelling is extreme, if it is difficult for you to breathe, if you break out in hives, or if you feel sick and very weak. If you have an allergic reaction, you should call your doctor right away. A few people have such serious reactions to stings that they could even die. A vaccine has been developed to protect these people, and special bee sting kits are available at drugstores. You can protect yourself from insect stings by following a few safety rules. To prevent insect stings, stay away from insect nests. Do not try to shoo insects away. This makes them angry. Be careful while you are mowing the lawn, pulling weeds, or cutting vines. Do not go barefoot.